My name is James O'Brien. I'm a final year student in Forensic and Environmental Chemistry. For my final year project, I am developing and optimizing a method that allows us to analyze low levels of tetrahydrocannabinol, or THC, in oral fluid. THC is the primary psychoactive substance in cannabis. One of my objectives as part of this project is to increase the awareness of the new road traffic bill of 2016 that was passed in the Oireachtas in December 2016. So hopefully, at the end of this short video, you will have a better understanding of the incoming legislation. The road traffic bill provides for a number of measures to improve safety on our roads. Included in this bill is a provision for roadside tests of oral fluid for the presence of drugs. New amendments in the laws mean that members of An Garda Síochána can require a person to provide a specimen of oral fluid or saliva using an apparatus for indicating the presence of drugs in oral fluid. The device to be used is called the Draeger Drug Test 5000 and will initially be suited to testing for recent use of cocaine, cannabis, benzodiazepines and opiates like morphine or methadone. This is a preliminary test for the presence of these drugs in oral fluid and is similar in a way to the preliminary breath test for alcohol that you may already be familiar with. The Gardaí currently test drivers for drug impairment using roadside impairment testing, RIT. One test is the pupillary exam. This is when a Garda asks a motorist to look straight ahead and keep their eyes open. The Garda then measures the driver's pupil for dilation. The Romberg test is a short counting exercise with the driver's eyes closed. This measures balance and an awareness of body positioning. The walk and turn test is when a driver is asked to walk 9 steps along a straight line and turn, without counting aloud. This measures balance and ability to focus. There is also the one leg stand and the finger to nose test. For the new device, an oral fluid sample is taken using a disposable stick or tester which has a swab at one end. The subject puts the swab into their mouth to collect oral fluid for 1 to 2 minutes until the light at the end of the tester turns blue. The testers are individually sealed in plastic to prevent contamination. Once the oral fluid samples are taken, the instrument takes approximately 8 minutes to analyze the sample. Following this, the device prints out a positive-negative result for each of the 4 types of drugs. The new powers that Gardaí have been given to test for drugs is one of a number of measures included in the Road Traffic Act of 2016. Mandatory alcohol testing checkpoints have been extended to mandatory intoxicant checkpoints, testing drivers for both alcohol and drugs. The drugs that the new Draeger instrument tests for represent 95% of all drugs found by the Medical Bureau of Road Safety in samples sent to it for confirmatory testing in 2015, with cannabis being the most widely used illegal drug in the country. Arriving at a mandatory intoxicant testing checkpoint means a driver can be subject to preliminary oral fluid tests as well as a current preliminary breath test for alcohol. Drivers taking opiates and benzodiazepines prescribed by their doctors have nothing to fear as long as their driving is not impaired. Drivers who test positive and are impaired will be required to go with the Garda to a Garda station, where a blood or urine sample will be taken and sent away for confirmatory analysis. So if you don't feel well, do not drive. There is one exception for cannabis use, Sativex, which is a medicinal cannabinoid. A person who has been prescribed Sativex for multiple sclerosis, for example, may test positive for the presence of THC. Sativex has a regulatory approval in Ireland since the 18th of July 2014. However, if the person is impaired, they will still be liable to charge under the legislation.